Good morning, class. We have Unit 3, Lesson 5, Remembering today. And before you get started, you can go ahead and put an X through, stretch your thinking. We are going to start with some review of adding mixed numbers and subtracting mixed numbers, and then subtracting decimals. We're going to go ahead and do one as an example. And again, this is something we've practiced a lot in our fraction unit in Unit 1. And so we have the mixed number 1 4/5. And to that I am adding 5 2/5. And remember, I always like to add them up vertically. I think it's easier for me to see. And we practiced that a lot when we set our problems up when we did Unit 1. But first thing we have to look at is our denominators. And here we have a denominator of 5, and here we have a denominator of 5. So we don't need to get a common denominator, and you won't need to on any of the problems, but we'll talk about number 6 in just a second. So what we're going to do is go ahead and just add them up now. And you're going to add your numerators. 4 plus 2 is equal to 6. Your denominator remains the same, which is 5. And 5 plus 1 is equal to 6. Your whole number is 6, so your answer is 6 6/5. And remember, when you get an improper fraction, that means the numerator is larger than the denominator, you have to simplify. And so 5 can go into 6 one time without going over, and so you're going to add that 1 up to your 6, so your whole number is going to become 7. And 5 can go into 6 one time, and it has a remainder of 1, which leaves you with 1 for a numerator, and your denominator stays the same, which is 5. And let me just show you that if you were to do it as a division problem, 6 divided by 5, 5 can go into 6 one time, and 5 minus 6 is equal to 1. So you have 1 remainder 1. So your whole number of 1 is added to your whole number right here, and then your remainder of 1 becomes your numerator here. So 7 1/5 is your answer. 7 1/5. We're going to go ahead and work together on number 6 as well. And what we have here is 6. And from 6, we are subtracting 4 1/2. And because there is not a fraction with the 6, we can't take half away from nothing. So we have to borrow from our whole number, and our 6 will then become a 5. Okay? And when we take one whole out, okay, you're going to look at your denominator on the bottom, and you're going to take one whole out of that 6, and that's going to become 2 over 2. So the one that you borrowed from the 6 became 2 over 2, which is equal to 1 whole. And we put it as 2 over 2 because if you look at the denominator down here, then you don't have to deal with it again. You have a common denominator for your subtraction. And here we have 2 minus 1, which is equal to 1. The denominator stays the same, and it's a 2. And 5 minus 4 is equal to 1. And so your answer for number 6 is 1 1/2. All right, let's go ahead and look down at our subtraction problems, 7 through 9. And in 7 through 9, these are just decimal subtraction problems. And like we've been saying over and over again, you just need to make sure that you line up your decimals. We'll go ahead and complete number 7. We have 31,763. And from that, we are subtracting 6 51/100. Now, you can see that I lined up the 6 with the 3 because those are both in the ones column. Anytime you have a whole number, remember what immediately follows that whole number is a decimal. Okay? And so I lined the 6 up with the 3. Now, because this is a subtraction problem, I'm going to need to do some borrowing here, and I can see that I have 2 empty spaces above the 51/100. And remember, when you have those empty spaces, you just fill them in with zeros. I cannot take 1 away from 0, so I need to borrow, and I can't borrow from 0, so that's 0, okay? I need to come all the way over to 3, borrow from the 3, and the 3 becomes a 2. This would become a 10, okay? And then I would borrow from it, and it would become a 9, so that this last one becomes a 10. 10 minus 1 is equal to 9. 9 minus 5 is equal to 4. Bring down my decimal. 2 minus 6 I can't complete because 2 is less than 6, so I need to borrow again. And 6 becomes a 5, and the 2 becomes a 12. 12 minus 6 is equal to 6. 5 minus nothing is equal to 5. 7 minus nothing is equal to 7. 1 minus nothing is equal to 1. 3 minus nothing is equal to 3. So your answer then is 31,756 and 49 hundredths. You can go ahead and write that. All right. And then number 10, it says, use the number line to find 3/4 times 2/5 and label all parts. See, this number line is right here, and I'm going to highlight it for you. It's right here, and I want you to do this on your own. The last 2 days, I've done the number lines with you, multiplying with the number line. So in 3-4 on the video for 3-4 homework, as well as the video for 3-4 remembering, I did the number line with you on both of those. So I would like you to put it into practice today and show me what you can do. If you're struggling with number 10, okay, if you're struggling with the number line, go back and look at 3-4 homework or 3-4 remembering. Remember, you can look at your sheets, your actual work, or you can look at the videos again if you'd like. So I'd like you to try this one on your own today, and it's number 10. Work on that number line and use your resources. If you're struggling with number 10, watch the previous 2 videos, 3-4 homework, 3-4 remembering, or review your actual work from those 2 lessons because we completed them there. Thanks, you guys. When you're finished, check your work, take a picture, upload it, and turn it in on Teams.